Hey, what's up, people? How's it going, guys? Peace and blessings to you all out there. Hope you guys are well. It's another Friday, another in-car vlog kind of day. My mom's here at the moment, thoroughly enjoying myself with her. Actually, she's awesome company. It's nice to see family once again. Nice to have my mom around. She's got a big character as well, so it's nice to have her around. Trying to find the right time to put on the vlogs. She's always shy, but yeah, hopefully today or tomorrow we'll get her in one of the vlogs for another vlog. But yeah, so just coming back from Friday prayers. Most of the Friday sermons here are in Arabic, and it's interesting, like I'm picking up Arabic a lot more than I actually thought I would. I mean, I understand Arabic better than I can speak it, and being exposed to people that, you know, at work and things that speak Arabic gives me kind of experience and the ability to kind of practice Arabic. But I was surprised, actually. It was my Arabic is actually better than I thought it was. I understand a lot more than I was expecting I would. But it's interesting. Friday sermon today was very, very, very interesting, actually. It was vaguely about being positive and being thankful for the blessings that we have. One of the things the Imam mentioned was about being present, like in mind, which is quite an unusual kind of sermon, because most of the sermons generally are about the kind of prayers and other stuff, and this was really unusual, really odd. And I was thinking about this today because a few days back I got a message through my blog. I've got Emkwan.com, and then I've got a section called Ask. So Ask Emkwan, you can, you know, submit anything anonymously or you know, logging in to Tumblr or whatever if you've got a Tumblr account. And I get tons of messages through that. I don't respond to all of them, but I do respond to the ones that are sensible, or, you know, the ones that are kind of to do with something that's interesting, so to speak. And I got a message through a few days ago about someone who was asking. He made a couple of assumptions. I'm assuming it's a he, just in the tone that he was talking in. But he made some assumptions about my life, and he was asking for kind of like advice. And when I read it, I was thinking about it, and then this Friday prayer was kind of in line with a response to this question. And you know, I think this person who responded is obviously going through some difficult things in their life. I think they've got issues with a job, or trying to find a job. They've got issues at home in their family. They've got issues in terms of things that they want to achieve, potential they want to achieve, but they can't do it. And it's always difficult to answer a question like that, because at the moment, here and now, I suppose I'm happy in the position that I'm in my life. But that doesn't mean to say that I've had no experience in that. A lot of the vlogs that you see are, and this is true for all vloggers, there are some that will vlog literally every single aspect of their life, and I think they're quite brave doing that. There are some that won't do that. I'm one of those people who tries to limit it, because it's not the kind of message that I want to go with. I'm the kind of person that if I'm going through something, will deal with it. And I've learned in life, I was never like this before, but I try now to be patient during difficult periods of time. Sometimes not be so vocal. I can kind of rant and rave about things, but I try not to rant and rave about personal things, because they can involve other people. You don't want to upset those people and things like that. So I try and avoid that. But there is something that I've learned which was true in the Friday sermon, and I think generally true in life. Look, the first thing that you've got to understand, this is a reality, right? Living is a reality for all of us, for many of us. We live, and we sometimes forget that life is a cycle. You get ups and you get downs, and then you get ups again and you get down. There are some people who are going through the ups but feel that they're going through the downs, and then you get some people who are going through the downs that feel that they're going through the ups. Then you get some people who are just going through the up and some people who are just going through the down. That's the reality of life. A wise man once asked Imam Ali about life, and he said, you know, understand that it's cycles. Smiles followed by tears, followed by smiles, followed by tears. And it's just a cycle of life. And understanding that is one step in understanding how to deal with life. There are things which are external, which we can't control. But the way we can control the external to some extent is how we control our responses to that. And that happens internally. So, you know, nobody ever understands what somebody else is truly going through, because that's subjective to them, that's subjective to their life. You know, there are some people that assume that, like, you know, there's some people that start watching vlogs from myself and other vloggers, and they see life at that point in time. They don't realize the hard work, they don't realize the sacrifices that were made, they don't realize the ongoing difficulties that happen, either because they're not shown, or the person that's watching that chooses not to see and accept that reality, and that's quite naive, I think, in some respects. But you know, the reality of life is that really we can only try. There are no golden rules. The best teacher in life is life itself. You know, you learn a hell of a lot through living, and I think that's part and parcel of the most important lesson in everybody's life, is that you've got to live, you've got to make your own mistakes, you've got to enjoy your own successes, you've got to fail in order to understand and appreciate the successes that you have in your life. You've got to have successes in order to appreciate and understand the failures that you have in your life. Everything is balanced and everything has kind of a stage and a cycle. But there are certain things that you've got to kind of do, certain skills that you've got to remember. For example, you know, when you are going through good times, you've got to be very, very grateful. I mean, this Friday's sermon was all about, sometimes we forget about the very, very small blessings that we have in our life. Very, very small. That at that point in time, you don't realize are blessings, but when they're taken away from you, you realize, gosh, you know, I didn't appreciate those. Give you the example, you know somebody who's lost someone very dear in their life, okay? And at the point when they're living with that person, or the point when they have that person in their life, they don't appreciate that person. They kind of like, you know, they're on their phone, or that quality time that the other person demands from them is like seen as a burden. But the moment that person leaves, the moment that person dies, every little moment that you have with them, you regret that, because you regret the fact that you wish you hadn't done more with that person. And that's the same with blessings in life, that when we get a blessing, no matter how small, you look for those blessings, because they will help you in the times when you're on the up, and they'll help you deal with things at the time when you're on the down. And I think that's so important, that's so key and crucial in life, that you remember and count your blessings. Being alive, having your limbs is a blessing. Being able to breathe is a blessing. Having a car, getting from point A to point B without having to walk is a blessing. Having rain is a blessing. Having the sun is a blessing. You know, every little thing, you've got to look for a blessing in that. Even in some of your calamities, you've got to try and find a purpose and a blessing, because that is the only thing that keeps us as humans sane and keep us going. And the other thing in life is that when you are going through the down, this is something that I've learned, and something that I've seen in people who I aspire to or admire or look up to, is that they are unbelievably patient. Like, when things are difficult in life, they are unbelievably patient. Reality is that if you're in a bad situation at that point in time, you've got to have patience, and you've got to be patient with yourself, with the circumstances around you, with the chances around you, and sit it through. Because if you don't do that, then you will essentially burn yourself out. And the other thing, that while you're doing that while you're being patient, is that you've got to work intelligently. Don't just work hard. It's also about being intelligent, working intelligently, understanding that, you know, if you've made mistakes, change it, do things differently, see how things progress, see how you get on when you do things differently. And that's, I think this is, you know, so important in life, so important in life. In your ups, you must be grateful for every blessing that you have. In your downs, work intelligently and be patient. And also understand that things will happen at times that are outside of our control. There are things in life that we are in control of. Again, another wise man was asked about what is destiny and what is the results of our own actions. And the man asked him, he says, raise your right leg. So he raises his right leg. And he says, now raise your left leg. The man says, if I raise my left leg while I've raised my right leg, I will fall. And he says, exactly. The right leg is that which you are in control of. That's what you do. Getting up early for work, you know, applying for jobs in the morning for work, you know, getting further qualifications, education for work. Those are the steps that you're doing that you are in control of. But the left leg is fate, and you know, that's something that you've got to try and deal with, and try and sort of either overcome or bear with. Sometimes, again, it goes in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you've got to be patient and you've got to work differently. You've got to work intelligently. And then the other thing is, you know, keeping good company, like keeping positive company, keeping people around you that are going to help you deal with circumstances, help you deal with situations, but also help you deal with being critical. There's a lot of people out there who want people that will say, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir. You know, will assume that they want people that are just going to give them positive feedback all the time. And I think that's dangerous. I'm the kind of person that when I look for friends, I don't look for people like that. I look for people who are going to be real. I look for people who will back me up during difficult times. But at the same time, when I do something wrong, or if I'm doing something that they believe is not in my interest, will be the people that will say, look, Emkwan, this is not right, or you're doing something wrong, or just stop. You know, have you thought this through? Have you thought about this? And not only in terms of like just general what I'm trying to achieve, but you know, what is right is right. If you do something wrong, you want to be told that you're doing something wrong. That's what is important as well, to have around you people that will give you that honest feedback. When you're going through good things in life and when you're going through difficult things in life, these are both periods of time of relative stability, and those stability periods are times when it's essential and crucial to develop your internal skills for dealing with the world around us, internal skills for building up our own inequalities, true inequalities, you know, patience, fortitude, positivity, gratefulness, human relationships, something that we in our modern age have completely forgotten. So yeah, it's a long-winded Friday kind of, I don't know, whatever. Like, it was interesting because, you know, the Friday sermon along with this question got me thinking, and yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry if you have like sat through this and heard me rabbiting on, but yeah, just thought I'd share with you some of my thoughts and views. Yeah, keep positive, people, man. Keep inspired, keep others inspired. There's tons of negativity out there, you know, like negativity around us, online, everywhere we go. Everything seems in this day and age to be focused around negativity, and it takes a special type of person and type of people to elevate themselves and elevate others out of that. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm gonna stop this video. Spread peace and blessings. Take care.